Hello and welcome to another update video about AVAX Avalanche. Avalanche is moving in line with expectations after we dropped below this trend line of this ascending rising wedge, which is generally considered a rather bearish chart pattern. We moved down here. My buy order was triggered here at $103 close to the low. It did pretty much find support here at the 55-day EMA and also here the $99 level, the 0.5 fib level. I try to set my buy orders slightly above these key levels so that they are triggered at strategic levels. In this case, after this level was hit, there was an expectation of this level to hold, especially as there is a confluence of support lines here. We've got this ascending trend line, which has provided support throughout, for a long time, really, throughout September, August, September, October. Then here in December, we briefly dropped below it, but we still found support in the end and moved back above it. And now we found support here as well, together with a 0.618 fib level and the 55-day EMA. We're now touching the next resistance. So, by the way, anybody who is interested in these buy and sell orders that I set, they're not day trading, they are more like swing trading, or it depends on people's strategies, but I just set these buy orders. I personally hold them longer term. I also have my sell orders then, but they are not like, I buy at 103 and sell at 110. The last time this happened, I bought at 103. Also here at the low, we bought here, or I bought here and sold at 123. I think that was pretty much at the top here. So that worked out. I don't actually expect in this move up here to get there again. I don't think we will, but I still start to dollar cost average in at strategic levels, and then when appropriate I take profits. But everybody who is interested in seeing these buy and sell orders can of course join as a channel member. Would love to have you on board. Then you get access to Telegram and Discord as silver or gold channel members, and you can find a link in the description to my website, or you can join on YouTube. But I don't think we're going to get there again. The thing is, if we zoom out here, Avalanche, the chart, it looks still fairly weak at the moment. It looks fairly weak. I think we are also here in a corrective pattern overall, as the entire crypto market at the moment. So all of this is not very impulsive, not very bullish. Yes, Avalanche is doing really well compared to some other cryptos, also outperforming Bitcoin right at this moment, but it still is not great that we had a high here, made a lower high, made a lower high. Yes, another higher high compared to the previous one, but overall still a lower high here. And even here, this last attempt to break here this 0.214 fib level at $126 was actually only a slightly lower high than the previous one here. Not much, pretty much the same level, but slightly lower high. And then we've dropped down again. And now we try to move up again, but this doesn't look at all convincing or impulsive, especially as we found already resistance again at the 0.382 fib level at $110. Not too convinced that we get through here, to be honest now, but we won't know until it happens, of course. But I'm not too convinced. What this obviously from a chart pattern point of view could be in a bullish interpretation, you could see here an inverse head and shoulders, which would be awesome, and there you go, inverse head and shoulders, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and you would then here at 125 have the neckline. The other interpretation would be that you have a smaller head and shoulders here. Yeah, if that at 110 now drops down. So there's different interpretations. The inverse head and shoulders would obviously be a larger pattern, more meaningful, but I'm not too sure. In the end, we are in the whole crypto market currently in a correction. And I think if we push high, we would need a breakout above $125 to really confirm here a breakout to the upside. And then we can certainly, after 125, we can certainly here move to new all-time highs, or at least to the previous all-time high here at $146. But until this, we are just staying here in a range. Nothing too exciting here between $100 and $126. Possibility for people who like to do like range trading, for example. The good thing is though, we're currently finding support above these EMAs again. And certainly there is something happening here. There is something coiling up after this last green candle. So again, here we have something like a triangle that is going to break out very, very shortly. It's only a small one, but this is going to break out. But to be honest, I think we might have difficulties to get above the 110, considering also this descending trend line. Even if we get above 110, I think we might struggle here. The whole crypto market is currently not seeing a lot of volume. It's not too exciting at the moment. Avalanche is holding well, yes, without doubt. Here also AVAX, BTC, we can see that also when Bitcoin dropped yesterday, and today even it's not performing too well. AVAX pretty much did hold that support level that I talked about and that I expected to hold. And you can see here how AVAX was outperforming Bitcoin here in this overall period where Bitcoin was quite weak. And overall, I mean, zooming out, we can see that Avalanche is outperforming Bitcoin anyway. So it's in a clear uptrend here. So I don't expect that to change soon. Very clear trend line that we can define here, to which we can again pull back possibly at some point and then have these periods where Bitcoin is outperforming Avalanche. But overall, the uptrend shows that overall Avalanche is outperforming Bitcoin here. So yeah, so key resistance levels to summarize here at $110, at $126. Yeah, these are the key fib levels, especially 126 we need to get above. As support here, certainly the $100 level that I did expect to hold and where also my buy order was triggered. But I also have buy orders set lower, because should we now drop $100, I think this definitely unlocks lower prices. You have first of all here this fib level, the 0.5 fib level at 99, then it's the psychological mark of $100. You've got the ascending trend line here, you've got the 55-day EMA, various support lines here which provide strong support. But if this level is lost, it certainly unlocks lower prices to $87 in the first instance, the 0.618 fib level, and then 0.786 fib level at $71, and then even the 0.887 fib level at $61. So I think, you know, if Bitcoin really does its correction to much lower levels, what I expect for the first quarter this year, I think Avalanche could drop to here potentially the 0.786 fib level at $71, or the $61 level at the 0.887. Yeah, again, it doesn't seem realistic at the moment, but don't forget we were there only like a month ago or 2 months ago, so it's not like we go to incredible low prices again. It is certainly something that is in the realm of possibilities. This yellow target area is based on a high level wave count. I'm not sure if this is actually at play here. I think we are going in, if Bitcoin really drops to levels like 29 to 20k, that the 0.786 level here at $71 or the 0.887 fib level at $61, that these can be expected here to be hit. Don't expect Avalanche to moon here very shortly. Yes, there is a likelihood, but I don't think it's too likely. I think it's more likely to carry on with a bit of a range market, and then maybe even go up to 125, but then possibly find resistance there and move down, or here find resistance at 110 and then move in a range and then move down. It's just the whole crypto market that I don't see as too strong at the moment. So it is risky to just, depending, otherwise if you're dollar cost averaging in, which is what I'm doing, then of course, it might be worth doing, especially at Avalanche. For the next, or for this year actually, I do expect much higher prices, all the way up to here with this wave count, $300. I think this could even be realistic for this year. And if we drop again to one of these levels that I indicated, that we could then see this as something like 4x, 5x for this year. Looking at the daily indicators as well, we don't see really a lot of strength in there. It's sort of hovering around the 50 line of the RSI here on the daily, just again in the bullish range again, but it's not looking too convincing here. It's not like a clear uptrend or anything, or a clear upward momentum. Also on the MACD, we've just had a bearish cross, but again, because Avalanche is moving in a range market, this does not clearly indicate a lot. And on the weekly, where we actually are in an uptrend from a weekly point of view here, we can see that Avalanche was here middle of November in the overbought range. It has dropped below the overbought, which is healthy. That's what it needs to happen. Otherwise, further price increases are hardly possible. And the MACD also on the weekly still going up, but losing buying pressure a little bit. You know, it's sort of not really going up too much more in momentum. So it's sort of moving sideways while the MACD line is still going up. And overall, we can see here how nice Avalanche is in an uptrend. But at the moment, because the crypto market is sort of difficult with Bitcoin moving in the range, I wouldn't be too confident that we push too much higher here now. But it always can happen. That is why I got my buy order triggered at a very nice swing low here. And the possibilities, of course, when something like that happens, to secure it with a stop loss. I could now pull up my stop loss if I wanted to. These are things, that is why I set buy orders at these swing lows, because I do expect with a high probability a counter reaction, which again happened this time. So for anybody who's interested in this, doing this short term, could now pull up the stop loss and basically then have this position with no risk, and it could go higher to 120, 124 for example, even if it only stops here and then goes down. If the stop loss is pulled up, you know, no loss or even a small gain. So this is what can happen. And again, if you're interested in that, check out my Discord and Telegram. Thanks a lot for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.